I was at Purdue my freshman year, and a bunch of my friends were going to the library, and we got stopped to get swabbed, and it was Be the Match, which is the National Registry for Blood Cancer. And so they're like, it'll take 2 minutes. It's rare to get called, but like if you get called, you could save a life. And I found out then in June 2012 that I was a potential match. Well, I'm really bad with needles, and my mom makes me be the last one to get the flu shot, and I'm the oldest, and the youngest is 11, so that's kind of embarrassing, but I'm just not good with needles, and I'd never had blood work done, and I went alone, and I'm pretty sure I almost fainted because I was terrified. They wanted at least an 8 out of 10, and we were actually a 99.9% match, which is really rare because they call those identical twin matches. And so Stacy said when they got the call that it was a 10 for 10 match, they're like, this is gonna work. It's a perfect match, it can't go wrong. I had every test imaginable done. Both arms are hooked up, and they basically take out the blood and filter it and then put it back in this arm, and you're connected for 4 to 6 hours. And the week prior to that, you do shots and everything leading up to build up your stem cells. I got a call that something had gone wrong and it would be pushed back to a later date. We were given no information if it was her condition that worsened or if the doctors did something. We had no idea. We had to do another informational meeting, and they said, we need to do a bone marrow transplant. This process is a little different, a little more strenuous on you. It's going to be a little harder for you. They take 2 6-inch needles, kind of like syringe needles, into your back of your lower pelvis. They put the 2 holes in, and then they do 40 holes into the bone. At that time I was a sophomore at Purdue, just in the middle of exams, and it was just kind of like, what is this? What is this timing? And I know it kind of came at the wrong time, but it's not really my timing, it's God's timing and the timing of Maddie needing this, and there's no way to change the date because prior to that she started 8 days of chemo, and then they started the transplant, so she needed that bone marrow on a specific day, and there could be no delay. I started going to GCC when I was probably 3, so I've been here a long time because I'm 21 now. Jesus sacrificed his life for us, and I know that when I was told, you're gonna have to go here for the weekend, you're gonna be in pain for the next month, you can't work out, you can't carry heavy objects or walk or any of that for a really long time, it would be a sacrifice, but I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Who did we come to pick up?
Bailey here.
Oh yeah? What'd Bailey do?
Gave my bone marrow.
She gave you bone marrow?
But I show up at the airport and Maddie's holding a little sign that says, "Thank you for life." At first it doesn't make sense that I'm connected with someone out in Phoenix to a family that I didn't know a week ago. Everyone there when we were in Phoenix was like, this is all you, we couldn't have done this without you. You were the only match, in all the world of all this registry, you were the one person that was the 99.9% perfect 10 out of 10 match. It just seems silly to thank me, it should all be thanks to God. We all have obviously our special gifts, our special talents, and we all can contribute those in some way, and maybe for me I'm not the best speaker and stuff, but I had bone marrow that was able to save a little girl's life. It's just good to act on those things because God gave you these gifts for a reason. So I'm at Purdue to be a registered dietitian, and I think it would be really neat to work in a children's hospital with sick kids, and this has kind of pushed me towards that. God fills in my weaknesses with his strengths, so I feel like I was able to fill in Maddie's weaknesses with mine and God's strengths by giving her the cells that she needed to help her body grow and get better and ultimately save her life.